All right. You're up, Marty.
Hello and welcome to the Cusp Meeting.
John Martin.
It is January 22nd, 2022. That's pretty cool, huh? I just want to cover Cusp in general and basically what we're about and kind of just loop back around on that. I was thinking that maybe we could put this on the main page for the Cusp website, but we are building a unique community of like-minded artists that can collaborate to create outstanding works and take their creative process to the next level. That is our mission statement. Let's go to, what does Cusp mean? So, number one, it's a point of transition. I can barely see that. Let me blow it up for 1 second.
Here, I'll do it.
There we go. A point of transition between two different states, those on the cusp of adulthood. And number two, a pointed end where two curves meet. But for us, it would be when two people or more get together and they're on the cusp of great creation through their artwork, through their other creations or achievements. Getting together and making great work is the foundation of what Cusp is all about. So I asked Rabbi, I said, so is cusp, does it mean something? You know, the C, the U, the S, the P. Collaborative, unity, special people. That's what we are. Yeah, we came up with that, right?
Yeah, that is brilliant.
I just rolled that off the top of my head this morning trying to make fun of Marty, but he put it in the presentation anyway.
He sent it to me. Right, he sent it to me and I laughed. But I was like, you know what? We are a collaborative unity of special people. I mean, but then I said, what would that say? C-U-O-S-P. How do you say that? Cusp. So, what are we about? We're about working together and finding new ways to collaborate with others all around the world. So not just in your hometown, but all around the world, so that we can build great things together. So why join Cusp? Why not? There you go. Right? Discord and other social platforms are a cool place to hang out. They're a cool place to collaborate. But it's filled with toxic people. They back out of projects. They don't follow through with them. And at Cusp, we finish what we start. We build great friendships. We bounce ideas off each other. We like to spend time with each other and create great things. Sometimes it may be playing video games like James and me. Rob and I in Fortnite. Fabrizio, Rob and I on
New World.
And sometimes it's just talking, we just get around and talk. But it's not always business. So what's in it for you if you join Cusp? Or if you're here at Cusp? Well, it all depends on how far you take your project and how successful it becomes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as a team, our question to anybody that joins Cusp is, how can they be helpful? So how can you be helpful? If you play an instrument, sing, write. If you know how to edit, master audio tracks. If you have good ideas about how things can flow better. Sometimes just being a friend can be helpful. And I want to make the point back a while back when I talked about the song, Here I Am. I had a friend that helped me write a song, and she didn't mean to help me. But it's the song that you all know, Here I Am. She was the inspiration of the song, and she got on her computer, wrote down every word that I had. And I played my guitar, and I spent 35 hours doing this. And
be right back 1 second. Glennis is having trouble getting her headset working.
Okay. And that's how Here I Am came to be. So, I mean, if it takes us 35 hours, then it takes us 35 hours. I don't care. I'm down for that. If I'm not getting paid for that, that's okay. If it becomes something that we end up not getting paid for in the end, that we don't get paid for it. But at least we branch off the ideas and hopefully we find something that works, Like say that I go into James's VR and we just build a whole entire world in there. and he doesn't make any money off of it. You know, that's cool. It was still really fun doing it for him.
So what, you've been making 3D objects for a VR world?
Yeah, I've been learning a lot about designing and James, what's it called again? Horizon Worlds? Is that it? That's it.
The Horizon Worlds, you're really building from dust. Like I said, Play-Doh earlier. It's like they're giving you Play-Doh and they're like, here, build a couch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really challenging for me.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah, and anybody that has VR headsets, please join me. I would love to hang out with you in virtual reality. It's really cool, really fun.
Yeah, you could, and then you could even ping. So like, I think I messaged you earlier at 9 a.m. I was like, hey, join me in VR. Like it should go to your phone.
Oh yeah, you know what? I did receive a thing, but I didn't check it. I was like, it's just the VR sending me another notification about a game. Ha.
Yeah, it was me.
So if you can join me in VR, find a way. That'd be kind of cool to do. You know, I met Rob in real life, and that was awesome. That was really amazing. If I could meet all you guys, that'd be really cool too.
Oh, it would be cool, yeah.
And it's really cool that I met James in virtual reality. I mean, it feels real. I mean, we're looking at each other face to face. You know, our robot heads were at least.
Yeah, you could fist bump.
Yeah. And you know, if I look down, he knows I'm looking down. If I look up, he knows I'm looking up. He knows where I'm looking. In space-time virtual reality.
And I noticed that you naturally do turn your head to look at the person that you're talking to.
Right. And so it becomes a feeling of real. Like it feels really real. Unlike a video game, a natural video game where you turn the whole character and, you know, you just turn your head and you address the person you're talking to. You know, there's a lot of things you can do.
I suppose I better look into this. It's the new world, isn't it? I better look into this.
It's amazing, Kevin. And there's things you can do in other places like Workspace, where I was talking to Rob, like, what if we had a meeting in Workspace one time and you can draw in 3D. In 3 dimensions, you can draw.
Huh.
And then you can take that drawing and you can move it. And you can pull apart the pieces and just really create what you want to create. So a lot of structure can go into that. Even if you're writing a song, you can type it all out, move things around, move pieces around with your hands, you know, stuff like that. So it's just how can you be helpful? You be helpful by the way that you can be helpful. Be a friend. That's where I want to go to next. Friends. This is the most important part of the Cusp team. We are friends here. It's not just a business, it's friends and working together. So know that if you're coming on board Cusp and you want to join it, it's kind of like joining a clan, you know, or something like that for a video game. You know, you're joining a club. You're part of a guild, right? Mm-hmm. You're part of a team. And whatever we make and create, if we decide to put that out into the world and that makes profit, then that's a version of how you get paid. Not everybody on the team would get paid for what everybody else is doing if they're not doing it. That doesn't make no sense at all. So another thing is, if you're working on a project with somebody and you're having a hard time with that person, you know, and that person falls short, you got to pick somebody else up. So that's for another week, and I really want to get into that, but it's where we start doing like team exercises and stuff like that and get together with different teams and see which teams work better. Like if Kevin and I, do we work really good at making songs and him doing the bass to it, or does somebody else work better with me at making songs and doing bass? So
I'm keen to get the Studio One thing up and running, and and having a session with you. Yeah.
So for future meetings, I want to tell you guys just a couple of things that are coming to future meetings. I want to collaborate with Fabrizio if Fabrizio is down to collaborate and help
Yes.
create something pretty fun. And another thing is I want to do a tutorial for you guys and get you guys set up with Studio One so that you can dabble around inside of Studio One and, learn what I've learned and then go from there on YouTube and find your own way.
Fantastic.
Further on down the road, I'm really hoping that we can push things out and make the website pop and make it better. Make it to where, we drive in more traffic and just keep bouncing ideas off of each other. I'm going to send this to Rob for quote of the week because I went through that literally in 13, 14 minutes?
Yep. Does anybody have any questions?
If I can add on to the whole money thing, there's been a lot of times where I've made money when I wasn't expecting something to be successful.
Right.
Right. More often than not, you're trying so hard. They tell you, you're going to fail 19 times before you succeed. It's when you're just messing around, exploring, like in the metaverse. Trust that eventually you're going to stumble upon something that maybe brings you some income. That's the best approach you could take if you're an entrepreneur, right? To tell you, don't tell the customer what they need. Find out what the customer wants.
Huh.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree.
Good advice. Thanks, James. All right, quote of the week. This one's by Helen Keller. And she stated one time, I would rather walk with a friend in the dark than alone in the light.
Nice. Beautiful. Yes.
I'm going to start making quotes.
Yeah. So here's something that I was talking to Rob about, and if you guys are interested in it, cool beans. If anybody wants to give a presentation like I give presentations, I'm totally down for just listening. And maybe James can type up something about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in general, and just educate us a little bit on stuff that I don't know about. Because I came in here and he's all like $800 and $10 and $5, and I'm like, yep. So if you want to, you can, or maybe the metaverse.
Yeah, the metaverse, we're learning together.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be keen to hear about this metaverse. I mean, there's so many good projects up and coming. So yeah, that would be good. We could collaborate a bit on that, James. Yeah.
Well, and what's funny is, the metaverse, when you think of music, it is just chock. I was in an 80s club. I was in a 90s club.
I said, no, dude.
This is all in VR.
You need to build
wow.
James, we spoke about this about a year ago. Remember when the pandemic hit and you was giving some musicians.
And keep in mind, at the same time, I'm on that board where we're developing this Peloton-esque type company for disabled people. And some good, promising things are happening. And I said to myself, in the metaverse, there's no real disability, right? So socialization and mobility and exercising for people in wheelchairs, I'm bringing that to the metaverse as well.
We're all equal here. Do you know what I mean? And that really is. And that just transcends disability as well. It can be like, I'm shy to go outside. It could be any mental health problems. It's yet that we all get together and we're all as one. It's like, hey, you can be free to be yourself from the luxury of your own bloody room. Just pop your headset on and say hello to your friends. It's natural. It seems like the natural order of what's going to happen in the future.
And we should always go out.
We're essentially doing it right now, but we'll just be throwing on some glasses
We should just get our vitamin D. Actually, go
Yeah.
outside and get your made of
Right. Can I tell you, James?
Maybe the
that,
headset comes with a VD dispenser or something. Just-
when I first, so when James first talked about, VR, I've heard about VR. I've heard about it. I went to Best Buy on Black Friday. They had like hundreds of them stocked up. But, so whatever. I finally get around to getting it, and I was blown away. I was like, this is unreal. I've seen this one time in my life before for rock climbing, but this is outstanding. And
well, for some of us older guys, like,
yeah,
this isn't new to us. We've seen it, and it's
right.
been like throwing through its embryonic states, and
So
like, oh, it's gonna get there one day. And we've
yeah,
kind of now seen it becoming financially. It's always when there's money involved. That's how science technology works. When there's a buck to be made, that's when it gets serious.
so
But we've been watching this shit from when we was young. Like, there's
It's
been
re-
like these odd game shows, like, yeah, we're going to do a
Right.
VR game, and we're going back about 30 years or something. I don't know if Kev, you can remember, like, what's that guy from Red Dwarf? His name? He played Lister. He was a part of that VR reality game show.
Oh,
Where basically
yeah.
they were just like running down streets, and it was real dog shit.
Early
you could-
days of VR,
You could
yeah.
see the potential, though. Do you know what I mean?
as cartoonish as it looks right now.
Well, we call it retro.
But as cartoonish as it looks, here's the thing. So Rob knows that I will go on stage in karaoke lounge and I will sing, and I'm not afraid to sing. I'm not afraid to give talks or speeches or anything. But in real life, I'm kind of timid, and very shy.
You exactly nailed
And-
it. And that's what I don't know if James remembers.
But
from their front
Mhm.
room, they can be exposed to the world, And this is now like that next run on the ladder. It's going to make it possible. And I was chatting with Lazy the other night.
Hello?
I think you keep breaking up. Somebody's breaking up a little bit.
You're going out there.
And Gary's
Gary.
going out. But real fast, James. I went in there and I was nervous and I couldn't speak, and I was trying to, there was a club and they were doing rapping.
Because it's almost like everything you've worked for is falling into place. And I can see it as an outsider happening. It's beautiful.
Right. So there was a club though that I went into, and they were doing like rap music and stuff like that, and they were all like doing like freestyle. And they're like, Plucky, get up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm having stage fright. Like, it happened in VR. And I did. I started rapping a little bit, and like I was fumbling and messing up, and I'm like, hold on a second. Give me a second. What's going on? I got to get out of this place, and I couldn't find a door.
How do I get out of here?
I closed the game because of it. I'm like, no, I'm done. I took it off, and I'm like, where was I?
Marty
It
has left
happened.
that.
Marty has left the building.
It happened, and you guys, it's an experience that I really want. Rob, I'm gonna call you out. I really want you to try it out, at least.
Yeah, I've got to try it. You'll have to send me some details, and I'll
Well, Kev will vouch for this. Like, Kev and I used to do drama at school, right? And we both, unfortunately, we had scenes where it's like he was the main guy, and this is like in front of people's parents and stuff, like high school. We had like plays that we had to do, and literally you had a spotlight on you with adults watching us. Like, a sketch from Monty Python and try and make them laugh whilst they're judging you at the same time. That is like, oh god, it felt like the world is watching you at that moment. But you just got to go like balls deep and just go like, I'm going to do this. Kev, don't tell me you've forgotten.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Remember
No,
when we went on and played the Deer Hunter guitar sketch?
Yeah.
We pretended like we couldn't remember it because we couldn't remember it. Well, you did, but I think I fucked the chords up. It's a story for another time. But we owned that moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had the wig round the wrong way. You know, nothing was working, but we still did it. It was great.
Yeah.
And wing it, man. Life is fun.
Yep.
Mm. So yeah, I'll have to look into this VR stuff. Yeah, interesting.
Now,
Thanks.
just so you guys are aware, somebody took my name, Plucky Lion. How? I don't know. Right? That's so unique.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
why
God.
I'd actually, I'm like, who is this? This guy's in a suit and tie. I'm like, that's not Marty. And there's a plucky dash lion and
He's not
Underscore,
making
it's
it.
never-
That's not
underscore,
Marty.
yeah.
Hmm.
You never trademarked or copyrighted your name?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
No, we did
And
plucky
did that
music.
guy,
Yeah,
and
we
did that guy, did that guy do it?
it's, I don't think you can trade. I think
No.
the kind of like domain names, first come, first serve, and if you want to sue, I mean, is it worth it?
No, I mean, I would trademark Plucky Lion if I had the chance, but
You should. It's a good name.
yeah, I love it. It was my gamer name, and then it went into my stage name, and I like it. I want to keep it forever.
It's like
And
your identity, so you don't want,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
But-
I go for years. I was Hot Wheels, and I spelt it H. I mean, I was Hot Wheels since 1981, and we've always spelt it HOTTWEELZ.
That is still a cool name.
But I mean, not to throw anybody under the bus or something, but like Donald Trump had to do the real Donald Trump.
right, right.
Think
But
about
the real
that, right?
Donald Trump, please stand up. Please stand up.
Hey, Kev,
Yeah.
I put a link in chat for you.
Ah, brilliant. Thank you.
So I don't know, Glennis. Plucky underscore lion. I think that's good. I think that's good. If I, like Instagram accounts and stuff, if I have to go the real Plucky Lion, as long as there's a verification icon right there, I guess people will know. It's a bummer when you don't get it, but there's tons of celebrities out there that don't get the name they want, and it's their own name.
Official
Yeah.
Plucky.
Yeah, I guess a discussion to be further had in terms of, yeah, I mean, if that's your artistic identity and whom you're putting yourself out there as, I mean, you're wanting to protect that and not have to, get lost in the weeds with other like-named artists.